Hello, 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 Zimbabwe. Masquera say, Masquera say, Masquera say. A very good afternoon. Welcome to African Beyond Television Network, where we are committed to give you the latest trending news in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. So I'm very, very, very late. It's because our network here in the nation of Zimbabwe is so bad, but I hope that I will manage to address a few things because there are a lot of people who always talk about us dying, who always talk about how dangerous the regime is. And I'm making this video to make the record straight. There is no need for me to be alive in the nation of Zimbabwe. Why? There are basic things I am failing to do because we have a failed government. For an example, if I get sick right now with cancer, nobody is going to take care of me. Why? The cancer treatment machines are dead in the nation of Zimbabwe. We are having so many people dying each and every time. If you go on, there is a lady who always fundraise for the people living with albinism. They are dying each and every time due to skin cancer. Yet the government is doing nothing to make sure that they protect them. So, as a young person, and as I am talking to other young people, I have realized that young people are now ready to make sure that ZANU-PF goes. Young people are now ready to make sure that they remove ZANU-PF. They no longer fear anything because you can actually see that if it is an issue of death, there are people like Tondera Indira, there are people like Itai Dzamara, there are a lot of people we can talk about. Vanarashiwe Gusha, where are they? They died. So if we are to fear death as young people, we are not going to realize a better Zimbabwe. Why? There are young people who went to war who never returned. And that is our conviction as young people, to say if somebody decides to kill us for speaking out or for pointing out what is the bad things which are happening, if somebody decides to kill us, let it be. We are not committing a crime. We are not against anybody. We are against incompetence. We are against nepotism. We are against looting. So whoever is saying, tichauraiwa, tichaita sei, you have to know that we will die nenguva yaMwari. And this is my belief. I will die nenguva yaMwari. It's just that time yaMwari yoyo, I may die a painful death. I may die a death yekuti unenge uchishungurudzwa pamwe unokandwa muacid pamwe unokandwa mudhemo. The kind of death chete ndoinogona kungosiyana kuti instead of me dying peacefully, I will die a painful death. But I believe that it is God who can take life. If God still wants me, He will make me survive. Ndingatorarama ndisina maoko ndisina makumbo, but God will make me survive. I may be blind, I may not be able to speak, but God will make me survive if I am to survive. If I am to die, I will die. So I always say, in the famous Limpopo River, there are many people who died in the Limpopo River. People who were going to South Africa, vakaenda nemvura, they were taken away, they were swept away by water. They told their families that they are going to work in South Africa and they will come back and take care of their families. But they never returned. They died on their way to South Africa. Why? The economy was bad. The economy was mismanaged. Looting was happening in the economy. So they decided to go elsewhere to seek a better life. But in the process of doing so, they died. So what is the difference? Someone who is dying in Limpopo River and me, who will be killed by the state. What is the difference? Are we not both dead? So when we are talking about what is affecting us, we don't fear to die. We don't. Why? We will die. I may decide to say, let me go to South Africa. There are a lot of people who were eaten by lions in game parks, and their families up to this day they don't know where they are. They are just saying vana baba vakaenda Joni vakanorowera ikoko. Why? The economy was bad. If the economy was good, these people were going to die. But at least their families were going to find closure. At least their families vaigonozoziva kuti takaiga hama dzedu apa. But because the economy was bad, vakanofira musango, vamwe vakaenda vakaeredzwa nemvura vakaenda. Some were burnt to ashes in South Africa during xenophobia time. And what are we doing as young people? Why are we not considering those people? Why are we not remembering those people? August 1 killings. A woman was closing a shop, was shot dead. She was not in politics. She was not protesting. She was closing a shop. She was shot dead. She died. Politics caused her to die, but she was not in politics. Due to corruption, our drivers no longer know how to drive. They overtake Pama robots. Pama robot, they overtake. And my robot are the safest places that these are the safest places that you're not going to cross up. But if somebody overtakes at a robot, it means that person is going to hit you and kill you. So you can actually see that you will be killed by people who are overtaking at the robots just because they obtained their driver's license corruptly and they don't know how to drive. If you go on to some issues, there are people who died in town who were hit by combis which were being chased by police officers. They were hit, they were made that they died on the spot. They were having their own errands, not knowing that they will meet their fateful deaths. Why? It's because we because we have the police who don't know the purpose of number plates on cars. And you can actually see that whatever way we are going to die. We will die of cancer. We will die of so many diseases. Because we have somebody who is failing. 2,500 women are dying each year giving birth because there are no maternity theaters. There is no proper medical health care for pregnant women. And they are dying 2,500. They are dying annually. So what guarantee do I have that my own wife will not die, that my own sister will not die, that my own aunt will not die? What guarantee do I have? Because they will get pregnant, they will go to these hospitals. and they will die there. So I may fear to die, but subsequently I will die. One way or the other, I will just die. I will. So when we are talking about politics, when we are talking about having a better Zimbabwe, having change in the nation of Zimbabwe, we are not fighting anybody. We want a better future for ourselves. We want a better future for our children. Livingstone died. Who thought that he would die such a death? I don't know. Whatever way he died, he still died because of some people who failed to respect the rule of law, who failed to act properly. And 6 months down the line, he was not found. So what guarantee do we have that if I'm not killed by politicians, I will not kill myself through suicide? How many people are committing suicide in the nation of Zimbabwe just because they are failing to take care of their family and they no longer have any option? There are circumstances where you see that you now have debts and you are no longer able to pay, and you just decide that it's better to kill myself. Or mukadzi wako ari kutorwa neumwe murume just because you have failed as a father. You have failed as a father to take care of her. Otorwa neumwe murume oita boyfriend kubasa just because iwe uri kufoira ari kumira palaini rekiu yezupco kusvika na 12 oona kuti beta ndiite boyfriend inondiperekedza kumba. So the day rauchazviziva, you die, you commit suicide. Is that not death? These are deaths, politically linked deaths. Politically linked deaths are not just deaths, disappearances kana dzekuurayiwa. No. Suicide ari kukonzereswa by the bad economy atori political linked deaths. The cause of death must be politics, not suicide. We must tell the truth. If somebody commits suicide just because of the effects of the economy, if somebody dies of cancer just because there is no cancer, there are no cancer machines, those are political deaths. So because of that, that is the reason why young people have resolved to say, one way or the other, we need to remove the regime. Fato Samas, bro, you are speaking that of us who have colonized brain, they don't think about next generation. Yes, we need to think about the next generation, because I was asking myself, I may live today, but I will fail to take my son to a better school my entire life. I may fail to do so. So what will be the difference? Because right now there are children who are living like orphans, but they have the fathers around. But because of the economy, right now, if you are a civil servant, unless if you are not stealing, if you are a civil servant and you are not stealing, if you are not corrupt, right now. That is the truth. So nobody can come and spin that to us and say, one way or the other, people are dying. Whatever is happening is causing people to die. So when I remember people who died in the Limpopo, in the game parks in South Africa, xenophobia, who are dying in the maternity hospitals, who are dying of cancer, who are dying of suicide, who are dying through road accidents, all sorts of deaths, my heart bleeds. That is the reason why I always say, let's register to vote. Let's make sure that each and every young person is aware of his rights, is aware of his responsibilities. And when we go to 2023, we need to go with a single target to make sure that we put President Chamisa to the State House. If we don't do that, we are going to suffer. Yes, we will suffer. So it's up to you to decide. It's up to you to take your responsibility. It's up to you to decide to die of suicide or bad accidents or whatever way. It's up to you to die in the Mediterranean Sea trying to go to Italy. It's up to you. There is no difference. Somebody who is risking his life crossing the Mediterranean Sea, there is no difference by somebody who is risking his life doing politics. There is no difference. No difference at all. There are ladies who are into prostitution not because they want, but because of the bad economy. And when they die the same way a person who is murdered by politicians die. So one way or the other, we are going to die as Zimbabweans. Let's just do our responsibility. Our responsibility is not to toy, is to register to vote and make sure that we go and vote and make sure that we change the status quo. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for your time. And I hope and believe that I will have much more time to come live and talk about what is affecting us as Zimbabweans. So I don't need to take it much longer. I want to cut it short. And I hope and believe that we are going to build a better Zimbabwe. We are going to build that kind of Zimbabwe, that necessary Zimbabwe we all want and we all deserve. Please hit the subscribe button. And also don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Please like, comment, and share.